Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. It's now time for the featured bout of the evening. From the four corners of the world, to the four corners of this ring, the fight starts now!
Welcome everybody. We are now just 24 hours away from Fight Night in Nottingham. Former IBF featherweight world champion Kid Galahad steps up 2 weight divisions after losing his belt to challenge one of the best in the division, Maxi Hughes, who's been on an unbelievable run of form. All live tomorrow night from the Nottingham Arena on DAZN around the world. Darren and myself will be talking through the weigh-in this afternoon, where we'll see all the undercard and the main eventers step on the scales and face each other as well. And speaking of the 135-pound division, brilliant to have Gary Cully with us, who, after a fantastic performance against Miguel Vasquez a few months ago, signed to Matchroom Boxing. And we're just saying, the process that you have to go through to get an opportunity like that becomes your coming out party. Yeah, it's not easy, is it? And you've had it now.
No, a lot has to be going right for you, and there's a lot that can go wrong as well. So, thankfully, I'm here. I got my opportunity. I took it with both hands, and back in Nottingham, this is my first time back here since March. So good vibes around here, good memories, and yeah, I'm happy to be back. Looking forward to seeing the main event this weekend, obviously.
29th of September, right?
October.
Yes.
October, sorry.
Yes.
29th of October. Not looking past that date, but hopefully, surely we've got to be looking at a fight in Ireland, haven't we?
Yeah, for sure. I think everybody in Ireland can agree that Katie, for one, deserves a big night before she retires in Ireland. We're the type of country we can get a whole country behind us when we go to war. So I think Katie deserves it. I think how my name is growing and the performances I'm putting in, I think I can bring big time boxing back there too. So I think it's only a matter of time before we see a big night back in Dublin.
I was just telling Gary last time I was at a show in Dublin, I missed 2 flights home.
Yeah, that's sort of what you do as standard. Like, 1's normal, 2's like always had a big one.
We'll keep you a week next time in Dublin.
Yeah. I'll try and keep the reins on him. Great to have you here. This main event, Kid Galahad, of course, coming up from 126, didn't look small when they kind of faced off at the press conference. I guess he needs that £7 now after being disciplined for many years. But Maxi Hughes, not a huge 135-pounder like yourself, but on a brilliant run of form, and is at 32 years of age, really come into his prime as a fighter, isn't he? Yeah,
for sure. I think Maxi's confidence is obviously through the roof. He's had the best form of his career the last couple of fights. Kid Galahad coming off a knockout loss in his last fight. I don't know how he's going to react to that, but it's a very intriguing fight. I'm looking forward to it. I'm kind of leaning a little bit towards Maxi because of the run of form he's on, but I think the skills and the experience are with Barry, so I'm looking forward to seeing how it plays out.
Would you agree with most when people are saying that it really might be the end for the loser?
Yeah, I think so. They're both lads are in their 30s. Kid Galahad has obviously won a world title, been there, done it. He's moving up a weight now, moving up 2 weights to try and reinvent himself maybe. But I don't know where the loser goes from here. So yeah, big. But obviously, whoever wins, there's massive fights in the pipeline for them. But I don't see where the loser can go. Maybe.
Yeah. No, agreed. Well, thanks, Gary. We'll be talking about this a little bit later on this afternoon. But for now, the first of our undercard fighters are ready to weigh in to take you through the action at the stage, as always. Here's David Diamante.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to Nottingham, England. It's an absolute pleasure to be here today for the official weigh-in for our big night of fights taking place this Saturday night at the Motor Point Arena. It's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing. We're sponsored by Betfred, FCI Markets, Stagefront, and JD Sports. And of course, all the action will go out live around the world exclusively on DAZN. It's a wonderful fight card, 8 fights in total, 3 title fights, 2 world titles, and at the top of the bill, 12 rounds for the IBO Lightweight Championship of the World. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring the fighters up to the stage so they can face the scale and face each other. Our first contest, 4 rounds in the middleweight division. Making his way up here is a 72-fight veteran from Hyde. Please welcome Dale Aerosmith. And his opponent now making his way to the stage. His young professional record thus far perfect. 4 fights, 4 victories, one of them coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Peterborough. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mohammed Samir. Now to the scale, ladies and gentlemen, Dale Aerosmith. 159.1 for Dale Aerosmith. 159 pounds, 1 ounce for Dale Aerosmith. And now to the scale, the undefeated Mohammed Samir.
Go on, Samir!
158.8 for Mohammed Samir. 158.8. Samir v. Aerosmith, 4 rounds middleweights, Matchroom Boxing live on DAZN from Nottingham, England.
Well, good luck to both lads, Mohammed Samir and Dale Aerosmith. Both of them will be doing battle in our opener before the bell. Ring walk schedule 4:35 on Matchroom Boxing's YouTube channel. Myself and Barry Jones will be at the commentary desk. Darren's been promoted to the main card. Amazing.
Give me the elbow, isn't it?
Well, yeah, good luck with that. So that's first up on the bill. Mohammed Samir is a decent 4-0 prospect from Peterborough. Can punch a bit as well, so should be an interesting one to kick things off. Rhiannon Dixon also on before the bell. Janae Bostan as well. So let's get the rest of our undercard weighed in.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest, 6 rounds in the lightweight division. Now making her way to the stage, her professional record, 15 wins, 15 defeats, 9 of her wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Budapest, Hungary, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Adina Kiss. And her opponent now making her way to the stage. She's a southpaw with a perfect professional record, 5 fights, 5 victories. Fighting out of Warrington, please welcome Rihanna Dixon. Now to the scale, ladies and gentlemen, Adina Kiss. 134.4 for Adina Kiss. 134.4. And now to the scale, ladies and gentlemen, Rihanna Dixon. 134.8 for Rihanna Dixon. 134 pounds, 8 ounces for Rihanna Dixon. Dixon v. Kiss, 6 rounds, lightweights, Matchroom Boxing live on DAZN from Nottingham, England. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Anthony Crawler in the house, $1 Million Crawler.
just saying how good Anthony Collis-Barnett was. He's gone for almost the South American, the Hispanic look now, isn't he?
It's fantastic.
Do you know what? This is a potentially quite a good scrap. We commentated on, Darren and I, in the middle of the pandemic, flew out to Germany to do the Breeders' Autocross card. Nadina Kiss was on that against Sophie Alish, the young German prospect. And I think we both come away feeling like she's done enough to win. She's not technically the most sound, but Rhiannon Dixon's still at an early stage of her career, and Kiss could be a handful. So.
Yeah, well, look, we see Dixon. I was commentating on her in Bilbao, and it wasn't the easiest night she's ever had. And I think she's got quality. I think she's learning really well. She's not having things her own way. She's got a wonderful ability, good style. She's got a great coach. But this is going to be a test for sure. We see it against Alice. She's game. She comes forward and. Yeah, it'd be a good scrap, this. Yeah, it should be.
I think it's the second sixth rounder for Rhiannon Dixon. She had a couple of good scraps against Vida Masakaita, who shared the ring with the kind of who's who between 130 and 147. Beat her well the first time. Had a bit of a tougher scrap because I think Masakaita's improved on the second run. So she's had a decent bit of experience so far. Anthony Crowler, of course, in her corner. STN Sports helping her out too. So a good opportunity for Rhiannon Dixon and Nadina Kiss, second on the bill before the belt. But without further ado, let's head back to David.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next contest, two young undefeated fighters going head-to-head in a Nixon Hill contest, 6 rounds in the super welterweight division. Now making his way to the stage, his young professional record, thus far perfect. 2 fights, 2 victories. He fights out of Brussels, Belgium. Please welcome Anas Makaveli Isarti. And his opponent now making his way to the stage. His young professional record also perfect. 2 fights, 2 victories. Both of those victories coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Rotherham, here is the 2-time amateur national champion, Junaid Bostan. And out of the scale, Makaveli Anas Isarti. 153.6 for the undefeated Belgian, 153.6 for Isarti Makaveli. And his opponent now making his way to the scale. Please welcome the undefeated Junaid Bostan. 154.9 for Junaid Bostan, 154.9. Bostan v. Isarti, 6-round super welterweights, Nottingham, England. Matchroom Boxing live on DAZN. 2 undefeated head-to-head Saturday night.
Anas Isarti and Junaid Bostan just exchanging final words before they face off tomorrow night on Before the Bell. Very impressive young man. We heard a little bit about him. He's obviously signed to Matchroom. What do you like of what you've seen of this kid so far, Gary?
Yeah, I've seen Junaid's first 2 fights. He's a really exciting prospect. He likes to wear pink as well. I had a little word with him in the hotel. He needs to change his colours, but nah, he's really excited and obviously not afraid to take a step up. Obviously fighting another 2-0 prospect here tomorrow night. So yeah, I'm excited to see his progress.
Yeah, looks good, doesn't he, Darren?
Yeah, he's a good fighter. I met him a long time ago. He was with Dave Allen's former protege, Danny Morrell, and I got the impression from what I was hearing, he's a real gym rat. He loves it. He's been in the gym, since he was a kid, and just loves the sport. And I think that shows in his performances up to date.
Yeah. Well, that will be 3rd fight on Before the Bell, and I think, according to the latest update, the last. That'll be those 3 finishing sometime before 7 o'clock. Let's get the next fighters into the ring. Here's David.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official weigh-in continues here in Nottingham, England, as Mr. Eddie Hearn from Matchroom Boxing is proud to present our next contest, 10 rounds for the vacant IBO Continental Welterweight Championship. Now making his way to the stage, professional record 12 wins, 4 defeats, 3 of his wins coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Échirol-Isère, France. Please welcome Yorick Louis Seto. Louis Seto. And his opponent now making his way to the stage. He's a southpaw with an undefeated record, 4 fights, 4 victories, 2 of them coming by way of knockout. He's the former Team GB standout, originally from Alnwick and now living and fighting out of Newcastle, England, Cyrus Pattinson. Now to the scale, Yorick Louis Seto. 147, bang on the welterweight limit for Yorick Louis Seto. 147 pounds, bang on. And on the scale, the young undefeated Cyrus Pattinson. $146.4 for Cyrus Pattinson. 146.4 for Cyrus Pattinson. Pattinson v. Louis Seto, 10 rounds for the vacant IBO Continental Welterweight Championship. Matchroom Boxing live on DAZN from Nottingham, England.
The Southpaw versus Southpaw on Saturday night. Cyrus Pattinson and Yorick Seto, who you may remember at the back end of last year took the Florian Marku fight on about 10 days' notice and went the distance with him as well. Pattinson, a very different sort of Southpaw to Marku. And I know, Gary, you did a little bit of travelling around on the amateur circuit around the same time as Cyrus, so you've seen him up close. Yeah,
in his GB days, I would have been travelling around in my Ireland squad days as well. So I've seen him at a couple of multi-nation tournaments, and like you said, he's a different type of southpaw. He likes to plod forward and he likes to get in close and go to work. I think he's got a bit of a bang as well. So I'm excited to see how he gets in and goes to work tomorrow night. He's obviously had a bit of bad luck in the past couple of months, having 2 fights pulled. So yeah, he's looking to step up and win titles tomorrow night, so should be exciting.
That's it. Of course, big opportunity for Cyrus Pattinson. He opens the show on DAZN, 7 o'clock. Siobhan Clark, his former GB stablemate, also in action. He's in a decent fight against Nicholas Catalitski. Both of them are ready to weigh in, so let's hand you back to David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest, 8 rounds in the cruiserweight division. Now making his way to the stage, his professional record, 7 victories, 5 defeats, 2 draws. He has 2 wins coming by way of knockout. Presentando de Buenos Aires, Argentina, please welcome Marcos Nicholas Catalitski. And his opponent now making his way to the stage, his young professional record thus far perfect, 2 fights, 2 victories. Both of those victories coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Gravesend, Kent. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the explosive C4 Big Chef Siobhan Clark. Now to the scale, ladies and gentlemen, Marcos Nicholas Catalitski. 197.5 for Catalitski, 197.5. And now to scale, C4, Big Chef Chev, the undefeated Siobhan Clark. $199.3 for Big Chev, $199.3 for C4 Siobhan Clark. Clark versus Catalitski, 8 rounds, cruiserweights, matchroom boxing, Nottingham, England, live on DAZN.
Catalitski and Clark second on the bill on DAZN tomorrow night. Chef Clark survived a little bit of a wobble in his last fight. Been pretty dominant in all aspects of his game so far. Just got clipped a little bit recklessly on the way in, and maybe just a wake-up call for him. He's in a dangerous division.
I think that, I'm not saying he needed that, but I don't think it was a case of a technical flaw or anything like that. I think it was just a case of being switched on, reminding yourself that you can't switch off in this game for a split second or something that can happen. It's surprising, funny enough, seeing Chev, the bigger man in there, usually giving away a bit of height. I think this could be an explosive victory for Chev.
I think you're not wrong there. Big Solomon Dakers, who's very good in his novice heavyweight career so far, is targeting the English title in the next 6 months, but he's got business to attend to in the form of... It's an Argentinian, the change of opponent, isn't it? It's of course it is. Sorry, nobody tells me anything. I've got a different opponent on my card. It's Bracamonte, who can handle himself. So those two are ready to weigh in. Let's get them up on the scales.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest, 10 rounds in the heavyweight division. Now making his way to the stage, his professional record, 11 victories, 9 defeats. He has 6 wins coming by way of knockout. Presentando de la Cumbre, Córdoba, Argentina. Please welcome Ariel Esteban Bracamonte. And his opponent now making his way to the stage. His professional record thus far perfect. 4 fights, 4 victories, 1 of them coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Birmingham, England. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Solomon, the real deal Dakers. Now to the scale, ladies and gentlemen, Ariel Esteban Bracamonte. 305.5 for Bracamonte. 305.5 for Bracamonte. And now to the scale, the undefeated real deal Solomon Dakers. 229.4 for Solomon Dakers. 229 pounds, 4 ounces for Solomon, the real deal Dakers. Dakers, Bracamonte, 10 rounds, heavyweights, matchroom boxing, live on DAZN from Nottingham, England.
Yeah, bit of perspective there, because Sol Dakers is not a small man at sort of 6'5" and about 17 stone. Bracamonte's a big big lump. About 300 pounds, I think they said on the scales, wasn't it? Just par for the course. Fraser Clark, though, got the job done. Lovely little catch counter left hook. Do you expect Dakers with the form he's had?
I tell you now, if you stop Bracamonte, you've done something very, very well. I think Fraser there, you know, he's a step above some of the other guys that have fought him. I remember Dave Allen fighting him and having a life and death. It was an incredible fight. Bracamonte is very, very tough, so to stop him takes some, you know, hell of a performance. I was very impressed with Dakers against Catalitski. The way he pushed him back, we would all expect it to be a hard night. I think skills obviously paid the bill, and I think we'll see a lot of that from Dakers this evening, tomorrow evening. If he stops him, it's a big statement.
Dakers has kind of looked like everything's been in sort of second gear at the moment. He needs someone to push him a little bit, doesn't he?
Yeah, for sure. And like Darren said, Bracamonte is a durable, tough guy. So for Dakers to get in and stop him will be a real statement tomorrow night if he can do that.
Be very interesting to see how that goes. That's scheduled for 10 heavyweight contests, third from the top of the bill, and then it's our chief support, Hannah Rankin and Terry Harper. Rankin, of course, with 2 belts. Harper moving up after her first career defeat, of course, going all the way up to 154 pound, a nearly 30 pound leap. How will they look on the scales and when they come head to head? Rankin and Harper both ready to step on the scales. Let's hand you back over to David.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, from Nottingham, England, the official weigh-in continues, and it's now time to weigh in the chief support of the evening, as Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing, in association with Fight Academy Limited, are proud to present 10 rounds for the WBA and IBO Super Welterweight Championship of the World. And now making her way to the stage, Saturday night, she will be the challenger. Her professional record, 12 wins, 1 defeat. She has 1 draw, with 6 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Danby, England, here is the reigning WBA Intercontinental Lightweight Champion and the former WBC and IBO Super Featherweight Champion of the World, Terry Belter Harper. And her opponent now making her way to the stage. She is the defending world champion. Her professional record, 12 wins and 5 defeats. She has 3 wins coming by way of knockout. Proudly representing her home of Glasgow, Scotland, please welcome the reigning and defending WBA and IBO Super Welterweight Champion of the World, Hannah Rankin. And now to the scale, ladies and gentlemen, Terry Harper. $152 bang on, 152 pounds even for Terry Belter Harper, the challenger. And now to the scale, the reigning and defending WBA and IBO Super Welterweight Champion of the World, Hannah Rankin. $153.4 for the defending world champion, Hannah Rankin. Terry Harper, 10 rounds for the WBA and IBO Super Welterweight Championship of the World. Matchroom Boxing in association with Fight Academy Limited, live on the DAZN from Nottingham, England.
obviously, look, this isn't like the discrepancy in the size of female fighters is a lot less than it is in the men's. I mean, look at Gary at flipping 135. But the point being, this isn't the same as like Warrington going up to fight a 154 pounder in the men's. But at the same time, Terry Harper looks bullishly strong at 154 and doesn't look like the smaller woman. You can see from Hannah's face, maybe she'll rehydrate a little bit more than Terry, but that doesn't look a huge discrepancy.
No, not at all. They look exactly the same stamp there. It would be intriguing seeing who rehydrates more afterwards, but I've no doubt that this one's going to be a great scrap.
Yeah, for sure. I was going to say before the weigh-in, probably skills with Terry Harper and size advantage with Hannah Rankin, but Terry Harper on the scales there in absolute crazy shape, so she looked in phenomenal nick. So yeah, we'll see. I think we're in for a treat tomorrow night.
Yeah, I think you might be right. It suddenly made things very interesting, the weigh-in for that one. That is our chief support, Hannah Rankin and Terry Harper. And of course, sets the table very, very nicely for our main event. Kid Galahad stepping up in weight as well to 135 pounds after losing his IBF featherweight world title to Kiko Martinez in that shock defeat a few months ago. Maxi Hughes on the run of his life at 32 years of age. And these two will headline tomorrow night at the Nottingham Arena, and both are ready to weigh in.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It's an absolute pleasure to welcome everyone here today to Nottingham, England, for the official weigh-in for our big night of fights taking place here on Saturday night at the Motor Point Arena. And it's now time to weigh in the main event of the evening, as Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing is proud to present 12 rounds for the IBO Lightweight Championship of the World. And now making his way to the stage, please welcome the challenger. His professional record, 28 victories, 2 defeats. He has 17 wins coming by way of knockout. He fights out of the Steel City, Sheffield, England. Here is the former British, the former Commonwealth, the former European, and the former IBF featherweight champion of the world, Kid Galahad. Kid Galahad. And now making his way to the stage, he is the defending world champion. His professional record, 25 victories, 5 defeats, 2 draws with 5 wins coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Rosso, Rossington, Yorkshire, England. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the reigning and defending IBO lightweight champion of the world, Maxi Hughes. And on the scale, ladies and gentlemen, Kid Galahad. 134.7 for Kid Galahad, the challenger Saturday night. 134.7. And on the scale, the reigning and defending world champion, Maxi Hughes. 134.4 for the defending world champion, Maxi Hughes. Maxi Hughes, Kid Galahad, 12 rounds for the IBO Lightweight Championship of the World. Matchroom Boxing live on DAZN from Nottingham, England. Main event, Motor Point Arena, Saturday night.
pleasantries between Sean O'Hagan and Dominic Ingle there as their fighters prepared to do battle. We've just seen one woman go up 30 pounds and look fresh and full. Kid Galahad looks a lot better than we've seen him the last couple of fights on the scales, Gary, didn't he?
Yeah, for sure. Me and Darren were just talking there. At 126 he looked very drained. I don't think going up to 130 would have been enough for him, so we'll see him jump up to 135 and he looks well on the scales. Similar size, both of them there, so yeah, I think it's going to be a 50-50 fight. I'm looking forward to it.
Just leaning towards Maxi though.
Yeah, I think so, just because of the run of form he's been on. His confidence is going to be sky high. Kid Galahad obviously coming off that loss to Kiko Martinez. I don't know how he's going to come back from that, but yeah, I'm kind of sitting on the fence, just leaning a little bit towards Maxi, but yeah, great fight, I think.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting to see how the role of confidence plays out in this fight. Maxi's now got that full self-belief, a good team behind him. He's put in some brilliant performances on big stages. As we heard at the press conference yesterday, for Kid Galahad, this is a night where he's got to banish some of those demons. Absolutely. And might take him just 2 or 3 rounds to just think, okay, I'm all right, I know what I'm doing, we're here again. So, you know, these early rounds could be interesting in this
I think the ring walk, from being in the changing room to the ring walk to that first round, I think once he gets that out of the way, I think he'll be all right, he'll be in the fight there. But there's an awful lot of pressure on both of these lads, and I'm sure we both agree that the loser, and we've touched on this already, the loser really has nowhere to go.
Very difficult,
you know, but Kid Galahad to come back and lose again after getting dramatically knocked out. Maxi Hughes at this age and all that he's achieved in the sport, will he want to rebuild again? Yeah. I just feel the loser has nowhere to go in this fight.
Yeah, I agree, and I think it's a massive opportunity for the winner. Also, exactly. We're looking at likes of Ryan Garcia and huge names for the winner, and then possibly career ending for the loser. So it's a big fight, and there's a lot on the line for both guys.
Yeah, hell of a division this, 135 pounds with the brand new addition of Shakur Stevenson as of last night. Missed weight, of course, by I think about 1.8 pounds, and has said, look, I've done everything I can. So I guess suddenly, automatically, Cordina becomes kind of top dog at 130. Stevenson moves up into this kind of shark-infested waters. It is 135. So, like you say, for the loser, there's no easy route, and there's probably no route back to a world title of any sort. Very interesting. Gary, pleasure to see you. We'll see you at the end of October, mate. Enjoy the action tomorrow night. Thanks for joining us. Thank you at home for joining us as well. We will be live 4:35, myself and Barry Jones, for our 3 fights on Before the Bell, and then the main broadcast will start at 7 o'clock. Good test for Chev Clark, Solomon Dakers, Cyrus Pattinson as well. Chief support, of course, Hannah Rankin and Terry Harper for world titles. And in our main event, Kid Galahad and Maxi Hughes meet at £135 live from the Nottingham Arena on DAZN around the world. We will see you on Fight Night.
Bye-bye.
There's a rivalry there. He wanted this fight, he called me out.
Maxi's tried to get out the fight a few times.
Who do you think you are?
I know I've boxed at a higher calibre than he has.
Coming up 2 weight divisions to challenge me, the #1 guy in the UK.
I'm better than him in every single department.
It's just giving me that fire.
I don't know where he's getting all this confidence from.
This is my division, this is my belt.
And then me.
Hopefully he turns up September 24th and we'll just have a good scrap.